Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So tonight I'm going to be reacting to Saw 5. I was left with a lot of questions after 4. I was left rather confused. I don't think by any means this is going to clear everything up. If anything, I'm probably going to walk away with more questions. But I do feel like some things are going to get answered. Who's the guy that had his eyes sewn shut that Art bludgeoned to death at the beginning of the last movie? Is he relevant? There was a glass box that Jill was going to pull the sheet off of, and John stopped her. And then later it revealed that it was a glass box full of glass. I think that's going to be important. Is Riggs still alive? By the way, I need to apologize because I kept calling him Riggs in the last reaction. But then I was also calling Danny Glover Murtaugh because of the Lethal Weapon connection. So then I was like, Riggs and Murtaugh. Like, I have to... is Perez alive? Is she in this? I'm sure she is. Because my other question is, what happened to Strom? He might be our central character in this, or he's the guy that's in the trap, and Perez has to find him. Either way, I'm sure they're back. And also, is Hoffman part of the game, or is he running the game? Is he an active participant, a willing participant, or is he gonna, like, die if he doesn't do this? It is John, so there's probably a twisted nature to it, I'm sure. And lastly, what's Jill up to? Because they wouldn't have introduced her in the last movie if she wasn't kind of important to the plot. Here's the thing. I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, you know somebody. So she had to have known that this was in John. It couldn't have been a surprise. I'm wondering if she would also be somebody who would help carry on the legacy of Jigsaw. I guess I'll find out. Questions may be answered. They might not. I might walk away with more. All I know is I'm ready to see some cool traps and try to put together a mystery while I'm watching it, because it's all of these things you have to keep track of. You miss one thing, totally off track. At least for me. All right, let's get into it.
Hey guys, just editing this, and two things. One, I don't know why sometimes the audio and the visual of the movie aren't in sync. That might be because I had to restart my computer in the middle of editing. Not sure. And then also, I'm sorry that there's a lot of just random cuts from the movie, because there was so much I had to edit out because there was just too much content. This movie, I had so much to say. So hopefully it still works, but I wanted to at least give you those little notes before we got into it. All right, so hopefully you can still enjoy the reaction. I tried to keep all the juicy bits in.
It's our boy. What's up, buddy?
Seth, in 30 seconds, the pendulum will drop far enough to touch your body. Within 60 seconds, it will cut you in half. You must insert your hands and push the buttons to start the devices before you. Your phones will be crushed.
I don't know, but this is very much Edgar Allan Poe's The Pit and the Pendulum. Oh, I remember reading that. Traumatized me. Oh my gosh, and it's going fast. Just put one in, see how it feels. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna happen anyway. Because they always do. They always do. Oh, no, no. You're gonna wish you were dead. How do you free yourself? He wouldn't be able to move his hands. I knew it was going to happen anyway. I don't know why I'm excited about that. That's disgusting. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Is that Hoffman? You little creepy creep. See, that's not a John style trap.
Where is my daughter? You...
Okay, we're back on track. Is it music that's up there?
For this room can either be your sanctuary, or it can be your grave.
What does that mean?
Fuck you.
Oh god, pig face! Ugh. Oh god, is he gonna drown? Just reach up underneath. Just pop a little hole in your neck there, buddy. Like, he hasn't played a game. This can't just be the way it goes. You'd have to be able to plug your nose. Uh-oh. He wasn't supposed to survive.
And its contents are of grave importance. Even though you and I don't know.
It's like Daniel's in a safe spot, and this is of grave importance. Listening to what John says these days, just... It's not always literal, but it sometimes can be clues. Was it a head? What was it? Who's that? Very I know what you did last summer kind of vibe.
Hello, Agent Perez, and welcome to the world that you have long studied.
She died? It's shrapnel in her face.
Last thing she said was Detective Hoffman.
Oh, I was wondering why his voice sounded like that. I'm an idiot.
Jigsaw doesn't make mistakes.
Is this you theorizing again? Because Jigsaw's dead.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you and your whole crooked department.
And Strom is a good detective.
I was supposed to die in that trap.
You never.
Well, let's actually point out the fact that all of his stuff was sitting out with a light on it to really showcase that he didn't have a weapon, but for some reason he still had a pen. Maybe he wasn't not supposed to get out of it? Oh, another group project. For some reason, it made me think of the television show Big Brother. I have no idea why. Oh! Hello, love.
Nail bombs. Homemade, probably C4.
How the fuck do you know that?
Yeah, how the fuck do you know
She's a
that?
fire inspector. She's seen all kinds of demented shit.
How do you know me?
Yes, explain.
Wrong with an advantage we were given from birth. That doesn't have to mean money.
What are you not telling us? Huh? You know about her?
Yeah, home slice, spit.
It's pretty obvious to everyone, isn't it?
How would he have even known to look at the guy's wrist? Suspect.
Fuck, I'll be your fucking client.
Oh, fuck. Oh, home slice gonna be a home slice. If you know what I mean. Oh! Oh! Fuck. At least it's quick. The torture shit I'm not into. Seth said that was an accident. That don't look like no accident. That's who that is. Didn't like Strom in the last movie. Kind of like him now. Mostly because he's not trying to catch John, he's trying to catch Hoffman, who is not John.
Well, I have to heal up, you know.
So instead of, like, gotta fix the old blowhole. I'm a dick. It's the intestines that get me.
My sister's ex-boyfriend. This is the guy that murdered your sister?
That was a very casual way to ask that.
Better reduce to 5 on a technicality.
What was the technicality?
Not gonna tell them about Daddy?
How does this guy know so much?
Always hold 4 chambers. These chambers offer safety, with only 3 points of safety. Which of you will be the odd man out?
I think more than one person can fit in those holes.
Blank. Blank.
What if they're all blank? Oh wait, that one's not. Okay. More than one person can fit in those holes. I just want to point that out. Oh. Oh, I don't even want to know what he looks like. Nailed it. Did we need a close-up of the intestines? Really?
Seth, you were involved in every investigation.
Why would he have been involved in the investigation? That's like Cop 101 is that you can't be too close.
Going up?
Yes, thank you.
Why does he make me feel this way? It's like seeing a friend after a long time. It's literally been 5 days.
You say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery,
Mm.
but I find it somewhat distasteful to be given credit for work that's not mine, especially inferior work.
Shit.
Our game's just begun.
Our game? You don't even know me.
He knows enough.
And by the way, the blade on your pendulum was inferior. You have to use tempered steel.
John dropping some knowledge.
67.5% of criminals are back in prison within 3 years.
Well, that's because they're not properly rehabilitated. Just saying.
If you have what it takes to survive.
I mean, I know he doesn't shoot him, but... No bullet!
Fuck you.
If a subject survives my method, he or she is instantly rehabilitated.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, not his method, but being rehabilitated.
I am the man you call Jigsaw.
I think that's the first time we've ever heard him refer to himself as Jigsaw, yes?
Did you help Jigsaw get all of them?
Were those cases or were they just deaths? Because I just saw Dr. Gordon. Do we have a confirmed death with Dr. Gordon?
Who exactly did you suspect would be an accomplice?
He suspected someone on the inside.
What do you say we reconnect in the morning?
Bad idea. Bad idea. I don't like it. I don't know this guy. I don't care about him, but I certainly don't want him to die. You know what? Another quick death. What are you gonna do?
You could have used him. Well, someone had to die.
I don't think someone had to die in that scenario.
How'd they get you?
Ooh. I love a good history lesson. Mm-hmm. Kinda same, but not the same. Did I think I was gonna get the guy from the first movie? No. Am I upset about it? Absolutely not. Pig face! Somebody in the comments said that this is kind of like the Da Vinci Code, that you have to like collect all the clues and decode as you go. I 100% believe this.
A doctor. A healer who needs some healing.
How this shit all comes together is wild. I never even thought about how the pen got there. Or why it was even involved. Like, how much of these movies were pre-planned? It's chef's kiss. Friend?
You're gonna get in the tub.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna connect the 5 cords to you.
Yep. You're the longest and lankiest. Sorry.
Please, no!
Oh, come on. Oh, why did it have a 10-minute counter on the top there when there was only 3 minutes?
Who would be following you?
I think it's the agent who interrogated me.
Agent Strom. Who else have you told about this?
Only you.
Is this a John thing? How did we get here?
Didn't you tell me the only way to truly offer enlightenment is by detaching?
Do I get to see what's in the letter? Again, what is the music? Did Amanda know about Strom? Are they all related to Strom somehow?
There are blades in here.
When the beaker fills up, the door opens.
Fills with what?
Blood.
How would she know that? Go grab the body from the other room.
You still have the keys from that first room?
Yeah.
Try one of them on that door.
It won't work.
Seriously, just go get the body from the other room.
Why are there 5 slots in this machine? Shouldn't there only be one?
Yeah, it would have worked.
That's why I said a group project. Instead of people being selfish and just going for number 1, they could have saved each other.
The tub wasn't meant for one person. We were supposed to hold one cable each and suffer a small shock. What are we gonna do?
Club him over the head and put his hands in there? Because I ain't doing it.
An ounce of heroin to burn down an abandoned building. But it was... Oh, God, it wasn't abandoned. And the feds got involved. And I got caught, but I made a deal and my dad got me off.
Rich white boy got off from a crime? No.
Killed 8 people and stole a property and nobody cared.
Feds cared, look at my fucking arm! I cared! I cared!
Okay, maybe not that big of a douche canoe.
I can't do this alone! Look at me! I can't do this alone! I can't!
Well, you got to, baby. You're gonna die anyway. Says the complete wuss who wouldn't do it. I definitely would not use my dominant hand. Oh, fuck. I definitely wouldn't have gone in between. Like, I feel like you could have gone, like, palm up and gotten more meat. Less ligaments. Oh, how do you not faint from all the pain? Oh, that's a glass box. Don't do it. Oh.
Hello, Agent Strom. If you are hearing this, then you have once again found what you are looking
100% that's Hoffman. Fuck. Oh, God. Oh. That's fucking gnarly. Okay. Get your shit together. Where's Hoffman? Is he with Strom or is he with Erickson? Pins and needles. God, I love these movies. Or is he going to frame Strom as the Jigsaw killer? Somehow. Why would you get that close? Close the lid. Or that's what he wanted. Jesus Christ. No medical assistance? Like, you're not gonna try to give somebody medical assistance? I knew he was getting framed for it. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Well, you know when that music starts.
Expected someone on the inside.
It leaves nothing to chance.
Framed. Motherfucker.
Suspect's name is Peter Strom. Yeah, that's right. Special Agent Peter Strom.
Wow, you done got played, fool.
I know who you are! I know!
Oh, God. Oh, what a horrible way to die. Oh, what a wonderful shot, though, with his blood on the... That's fucked up. God. I like that one better than 4. I don't even know what to say right now. Okay, not beating around the bush. I liked this one much better than I liked 4, which it's really weird when people say that this one went off the rails, because I think that this story is so much better. I love how everything was connected, of course. I was very confused in the last movie about Strom's connection and Hoffman's connection, and I'm really glad that got explained and why. Because really at the beginning with the pendulum, you know, like I said, that reminded me a lot of Edgar Allan Poe's The Pit and the Pendulum, except it went this way and it starts by slicing the guy's nose, just like a paper thin cut. Which then we learn from John, you need tempered metal. Thanks, John. Just in case one day we need this info. But I knew that that wasn't John's work, because John lets people redeem themselves, or in his case, rehabilitate, which is kind of my whole thing when he kind of mentions the rate of criminals going back to crime. 67 point something percent, 100% because they're not rehabilitated. They're just thrown in a cell and, you know, expected to just come out fine after their sentence is served. And I, not that I agree with John that this is a great way to rehabilitate people, but I understand the logic of it. And again, it's so nice to get John. I feel like if I saw Tobin Bell in real life, I would give him a big hug. And I don't know if he would be confused by it, but I'm sure anyone else in my life would be like, why are you hugging this man? It's just awesome. Can't help it. Definitely when I realized that it was a group project, I knew shenanigans would be afoot. And I didn't really catch on until I think the second trap. Yeah. When I knew they could all fit in those tunnels. Like there was plenty of room. Y'all, if you're ever in this situation with me, I got you. I'm going to make sure you survive. Mostly because I wouldn't be a dick in that situation. I still have to look up those actresses. The one that made it all the way out looked very familiar to me, and I'm not sure why. I'm sure as soon as I see it, you know what, I'll look it up right now. Oh, Julie Benz! Oh, no shit. How you doing, girl? Okay, everyone would know her from Dexter. I never watched Dexter. For obvious reasons, I've never really gotten into serial killers, but now I feel like I'm ready for Dexter. Yes, and Boondock Saints. All Saints Day, the second one. Less superior one. But okay, that's how I know her face. And I didn't realize Carrie from the previous movie was from Starship Troopers. And then I remember just thinking like, oh yeah, I really thought that girl was pretty too. Anyway, it took me a minute to catch on that Hoffman was going to be framing Strom. But as soon as he left the cell phone on the desk, I was like, yep, that's what's happening. But I love how it all played out. I feel like this conclusion was a much tighter ribbon or bow, just tightened right on top of the little gift. I didn't feel like I was like, wait, what just happened? I feel like, yeah, that just happened. Of course, the traps, you know, decapitation collar, yikes, quick death. One thing you can always say with John is that he doesn't want to prolong somebody's suffering. I don't know, because razor wire guy, that seemed to be a prolongation of suffering. Definitely the keys into the tunnels. There was enough room for everybody, which I just want to say I stated a few times. I actually thought of the bathtub. I was like, oh, they just have to put their hands in it. But then when he said it didn't reach, I was like, oh, that sucks. But you can stretch out and make that happen. And lastly, I don't know what would have happened if all 5 people were alive to put their hands in the mechanism to get the blood. I do think 2 pints is a lot easier to spare than 5. It certainly isn't this much, but like maybe like that much. That's fucked up. A couple questions. What happened to the girl that survived? Obviously, those people sometimes transition into the next movie. Did the white douche guy live? The little heroin addict? And I still dislike Hoffman. Don't get me wrong. Creepy Lips McGee is not my favorite character, but he's so much better evil than he is as a detective. And the splash of blood on the glass box at the end, like if I were that actor, like that would be like my lead headshot for any movie that I'm in. I'd be really curious to know what was in Jill's box. Because obviously it led her in the direction of asking the questions that she needed to ask and saying the thing that she needed to say to have all eyes kind of turn to Detective Strom. Because she knew to help Hoffman. How? What was in the box? And speaking of Hoffman, I kind of got the feeling that he was almost like a ghost. Because I never saw him and Amanda together. When they got the razor wire guy, it was John and Hoffman together. And then when he was with John before the doctor got to his room and Amanda wheeled her in there, he disappeared. So did him and Amanda even know each other? Or was he like a secret that John kept from Amanda? Because he wrote Amanda a note, and I don't know if that note was necessarily from John or if it was from him. If it was revealing something, maybe a little emotional for Amanda because she had a breakdown when she read it. I'm very curious to know what was in the note. Saw 6, here I come. And kind of a random question, and I don't know if it pertains to anything, but the door that had the tile on it that escaped into the hallway, there were sheets of music that were posted right there. And I don't know if those have any significance. John had pictures of his mechanisms, of anatomy, but music, which has never really been something that's been incorporated into Saw. So I'm really wondering if that has anything to do with the next movie. You don't have to answer in the comments. Please don't spoil anything for me. I am thoroughly enjoying these and just discovering everything along the way. And someone had posted that the fifth movie was their favorite, and no one else had said that. So I was just like, oh, that must be a weirdo. No, I like this one too. I think it's far superior to the fourth one. Definitely better than the fourth one. And I really expected things to get out of control gore-wise. Now, granted, the intestines at the beginning, no thanks. No thank you at all. And the arm up to the elbow cut was a bit much, but it wasn't gratuitous. The intestines were definitely gratuitous. Yeah. That being said, still love John, love these movies, love the story. I think if you all saw it for the first time in such a small amount of time, you would have a much different perspective on how I'm taking it in. Because it's almost like watching episodes of a show, except it's a lot longer, obviously. But I feel like I'm getting like more and more of the story as I go along, rather than it being just separate stories. I'm not sure if the if the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all of those movies, if they kind of have a prolonged story throughout, or if they're individual movies. I know Halloween has characters that come back. I just know Jamie Lee Curtis, and I've worked with Danielle Harris. So that's really all I know about Halloween. I've pretty much avoided all of those movies. But now I'm really excited to watch 6, but it probably won't be for at least 5 to 7 days. Bear with me. But I'm super excited to watch it. I can't wait. These have been just so delightful. I'm so shocked that I feel this way about these movies. I want to say that I want to give a lot of credit to Tobin Bell, who plays John. Because if I didn't care about him, I wouldn't care at all. All right. Like, subscribe, do all the gross shit that people tell you to do. But we'll see you next time.